Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 332-400-1. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Heaven Koslowski. Heaven Cheyenne Koslowski. Ms. Koslowski, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Koslowski, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Ms. Koslowski. You're represented in this case by your attorney William Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you for asking.
Mr. Wilkerson, what is your announcement in Ms. Koslowski's case?
Your Honor, I've spoken to the state's prosecutor about the matter, Mr. Johnson, and we believe we may have a resolution in the matter. What I'd like to do is ask the court for one reset to have an opportunity to have Ms. Koslowski in to go over her discovery with her and then get her in front of the court, and we could, I think, resolve this matter.
Okay, give us a reset date. Ms. Koslowski, your case will be reset to May 5th of 2023.
Alrighty.
Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset date. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Wilkerson, your case, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor, and to the court as well.
All right. Okay, so Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 5 cases. First case is cause number 327-216. Second case is cause number 329-361. Third case is cause number 331-248. Fourth case is cause number 332-260. And the fifth case is cause number 332-262. All 5 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Shane Tyler Leger. Mr. Leger, is that your full name? Mr. Leger, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Leger, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Leger, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Leger?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Leger. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Wright Kimler. Attorney Kimler, how are you doing?
Well, you are, thank
And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Colby Hawkpower. Attorney Hawkpower, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. All right, thank you. Mr. Leger, I have before me a document that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And this document is titled First Amended Motion to Revoke Probation. In this motion, it alleges that you, Shane Tyler Leger, on November 5th of 2020, that you were tried for the offense of driving while intoxicated. This motion alleged that you were found guilty and your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail without a fine, and the confinement was probated for a period of 1 year. In this motion, there are there are 9 allegations. State, are you abandoning allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9?
That's correct, Your Honor. State proceeding on the remaining allegations 6, 7, and 8.
Now, Mr. Leger, the state is abandoning allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. And that just simply means that they will not be proceeding on those allegations. They will only be proceeding on allegations 6, 7, and 8. Do you understand that? Now, allegation number 6 alleges that you, Shane Tyler Leger, has failed to abstain from the use of alcohol in any form at all times as ordered by the court in violation of condition 16 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation number 7 alleged that you, Shane Tyler Leger, failed to perform community service hours required as ordered by the court in violation of condition 18 of your probation order. Is that true or not true? Allegation number 8 alleges that you, Shane Tyler Leger, failed to complete the scheduled Texas DWI education program as ordered by the court in violation of condition 19 of your probation order. Is that true or not true? True. Now, Mr. Leger, are you pleading true to allegations 6, 7, and 8 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me do this here. Allegation number 8. He's pleading true to. Which is a violation, says a violation of condition number 18 is probation order.
19, Judge.
19?
Just statutory BWI education. That's
Yeah.
required in all.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
The problem is, the order says he's required to attend. Your motion says he didn't complete it. It wasn't a requirement that he was attending complete. So,
We can abandon the date and just go.
Okay.
Proceed on 6 and 7, Judge. That's not a problem.
okay.
We'll
So,
abandon 8 as well.
okay, so you abandon 8. Okay, that's fine.
To proceed on the pleas of truth, if you take judicial notice of his.
Okay, now, let me, Mr. Kimler,
Yes, sir.
you could go ahead on and then take out number 8 that's on the tablet. We're gonna have to change the, yeah, it says that he was required to attend. It didn't say that he was required to attend and complete. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Leger, allegation number, the state is going to abandon allegation number 8. And so you pleaded true to allegations 6 and 7. Now you're pleading true to those allegations freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me see, this is today is the 10th. Mr. Leger, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Leger, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Leger, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegations 6 and 7. Are these your initials next to that box?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, this document is titled Jefferson County's, well, it's titled Trial Court Certification to Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Leger, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Leger, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, you like to offer State's 1?
We would, Your Honor, at this time.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. The Kimler, you advised in counsel, Mr. Leger, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Mr. Leger, your attorney, Mr. Kimler, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Leger, I will accept your plea of true to allegations 6 and 7. I also find that you're mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waiver is freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State,
Yes,
do we have a plea bargain agreement?
we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for a plea of true on the 2 allegations, Your Honor, the state agrees to recommend an amendment of the original judgment of 90 days to 30 days in county jail
Okay,
with court costs and all the time you do credit by law, Your Honor.
okay,
There's also part of that agreement is to run concurrent with 2 newer cases that we're going to dispose of today as well.
okay. Now let me ask you this here. The 30 days that he is to do in jail, when is he supposed to start?
Today.
today in Stanford? Okay.
Needs to be on all three.
Hmm?
That needs to be on all three.
Oh, you talking about just to be on the form? Okay, you said on the plea, y'all just have to put it on there, that is jail time. Will begin the day, on the,
Just the date, yeah, that's fine.
yeah, the plea form.
That's fine.
Let me do this, see, I could get it, give it to you. Now, do we have a copy of his affidavit of images?
Yeah.
Does he have an affidavit of images on file?
Yeah.
I'm not going for
I don't, no, but there's a question that I'm gonna have to ask him, that information will be needed. Normally, when they go to jail, they do
Just a time, would you like specify a time or?
at or before 6 p.m. It's usually 6 p.m. Then it's at or before 6 p.m.
not gonna transport it from here, he's gonna report.
If he goes here, they can transport him from here. Yeah, but he still have to have that time on.
No problem. Here we go.
Okay.
Do I get to turn myself in or the transport?
Hold on, we'll discuss that when we get there.
Well, it's on.
Oh, yes? Okay. Mr. Leger, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case is $187. Would you be able to pay that today? Okay, now, Mr. is blanked.
I got one from 2020, but that's old.
This is 2022. He qualified for a court appointed attorney. He said, we'll hire. Have him to provide us with some information on that form. Yeah, because I need to, before I could make a determination pursuant to Article 42.15, I need to have that information. That's 42.15, Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. You all right?
My back's bothering me.
Oh, okay. What is, oh, this is the old one.
I'm not retyped it yet.
What was the old one? Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number 327-216. Case is filed State of Texas versus Shane Tyler Leger. Mr. Leger was previously sworn in. Mr. Leger pled true to allegations 6 and 7 in the first amended motion to revoke his probation. Mr. Leger is represented here by Attorney Wright Kimler, and Mr. Leger acknowledged that his signatures and initials is on State's Exhibit number 1. He also acknowledged that his signature was on the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. He acknowledged that he was a citizen of the United States. State office State's Exhibit 1, which was admitted with no objections. This Mr. Kimler stated that there was no evidence that Mr. Leger was mentally incompetent to stand trial, and Mr. Leger stated that he was satisfied with the services of his attorney, Wright Kimler, who provided fully effective and competent legal representation. The state offer was that Mr. Leger served 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail to be given credit for any time that he's entitled to get by law. The court asked Mr. Leger, stated to Mr. Leger that the state was offering 30 days to be served in jail and would get credit for any time that he's entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case was $187. Court asked Mr. Leger whether or not he can pay the $187 court cost today. He stated no. The court had Mr. Leger to fill out an affidavit of indigence. The court has this affidavit of indigence before him. Now, Mr. Leger, is everything in this document that you filled out, the affidavit is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Now, based on the information that you provided in this affidavit, the court finds that you are indigent, and based on that finding, the court cost in this case of $187 will be waived. That simply means that you will not be required to pay it pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Leger, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in this case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, Mr. Leger, the court. The court will assess your punishment at 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. The court cost in the case $187 will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And also part of the offer, the jail time in this case, according to this judgment, is that running concurrent with companion cases, cause number 332-260 and cause number 332-262. And the other following companion cases will be dismissed, and those cases are cause number 329-361 and cause number 331248. Is that correct, state?
That's correct.
And it's correct defense, okay. So that's the judgment of court, and the court will find that the evidence was sufficient to revoke your probation. Your probation is hereby revoked with the judgment that the court has just pronounced on the record.
Judge, just
Yes.
clear, I want to make sure that, and Porter brought this to my attention. I want to make sure that because we put on there the time and 6 o'clock, he's not gonna be able to be transported from here. That means he's gotta show up at 6.
We're gonna suffer.
Is that right? I know, but
It says he has to report by 6.
By
yeah,
6.
But it,
for the
by
purposes of
6, so right now, he technically,
he
he's not in custody.
Yeah, I know. I know. He is on or before 6 p.m. today. He could turn himself in at the jail.
I just want to make sure that that's clear.
Right.
That's what I'm-
Yeah, if you choose, okay, that's fine. Now, the next case that's before the court is cause number 332260. In this case, is styled the state of Texas versus Shane Tyler Leger. Mr. Leger, I have before me an information. This information alleges that on or about March 21st of 2022, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest detention. Mr. Leger, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Leger, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, Ms. Leger, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Leger, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Leger, do you recognize this document? Oops, the wrong one, not that one. I'm gonna need you to see if you recognize this. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials STL on the line next to the box that check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
It is.
And on the next document is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The next document that I have is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Leger, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number.
You want me to put the date as the report on that document as well, the time and date?
Oh.
Yes, I can do that as
Okay.
just like I did on the motion to revoke judgment. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Leger. Again, let's see.
We're at the state, I believe, Judge, like.
Okay,
State
state,
in regards to,
the State's Exhibit Number 1?
yes,
Okay, State, you like to offer State's 1?
state office, state number 1.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. Leger, your attorney, Mr. Kimmler, has advised and counseled you in this case as well. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation in this case?
Yes.
And Mr. Kimmler, you advised and counseled Mr. J. In this case, is he currently mentally competent to stand trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Leger, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for a plea of guilty, in this particular case, does the state agree to recommend 30 days in Jefferson County Jail, costs and any credit he's due by law. Also to run concurrent with cause number 327-216 and cause number 332-262. And a part of that agreement, Your Honor, is dismiss cause number 329-361 and 331-248.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Leger, The state is offering that you serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, well, you'll be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case is $397. However, the court was found that you are indigent, and based on that finding, the court cost will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The court, the state is also offering that this case run concurrent with calls numbers 332-262 and calls number 327-216. And the state will be dismissing calls numbers 329-361 and calls number 331-248. Mr. Leger, do you understand the state's offers?
Yes, I do.
And do you think that the state's offers in your case is fair and just?
Yeah.
And do you accept the state's offers?
Yes.
Ms. Leger, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into. In this case, now, Mr. Leger, we will proceed to your next case. And your next case is cause number 332-262. And Ms. Leger, in that case, I have a document that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about March 21st of 2022, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, and transportation. And Mr. Leger, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Leger, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty or no contest?
Yes,
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Leger, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. And Ms. Leger, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And there's a set of initials on the line that's titled guilty. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there are a set of initials, but there's a signature above the line that's titled definitive. This is your signature.
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Leger, I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Leger, before you signed and initial both of these documents, or all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir. You do.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
They, time you're on.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. And again, Mr. Kimler, you advising counsel, Mr. Leger, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Leger, your attorney, Mr. Kimler, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Okay.
Mr. Leger, I will
Better put that date on and time again on that last one, Judge, just to make sure.
She'll give you. the
So it matches all that.
That you can take.
Sorry about that. I'll get that.
Present yourself.
Thanks, sir.
Do that 4-6. Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Leger, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent at trial. I'll also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And again, state, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that
In
agreement?
exchange for a plea of guilty in this case, Your Honor, state agrees to recommend 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail, court costs, and the credit he's due by law. This case is to run concurrent with cause numbers 327-216 and cause number 332-260. And also in exchange for a plea, in this case, the state agrees to dismiss and file a motion for dismiss in both 329, 361, and 331-248.
And Ms.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Leger, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case is $402, but you will not be required to pay the $402 because the court has found that you're indigent pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Court costs will be waived. And this case will run concurrent with clause numbers 332-260 and clause number 327-216. And the state will be dismissing the companion cases of clause number 329-361 and clause number 331-248. Mr. Leger, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offers in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Leger, I'll follow. People are in agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Leger, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney and follow the directions of our clerk. And once you finish following her directions, we'll give you a dismissal and you'll be free to go.
What did you do? Other paperwork you did when you were put to the jail too?
Well, so it's not one of them.
No, he's asking.
Yeah, just make sure you take all three and then you, okay?
Y'all need the dismissals?
If you'll put your right thumb on that blue light for me.
He made it.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
okay.
All right, we gotta get the jail.
He's not waiting for.
No, Kimler is not waiting for him. Do you want a copy of your dismissals? Okay,
It'll take a few minutes.
yeah, you could just have a seat. Just have a seat in the gal, yeah. Was this the last case on the court's docket? Mr. Bailey? This is the last case on the court's docket?
Yes, sir.
We didn't have no bond forfeiture? Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2. I've just concluded the motion to revoke probation docket, which was scheduled for 9 a.m. on today's date of, actually it was scheduled for 11 a.m. on today's date of February 10th of 2023. And the announcement docket has also been concluded. That was scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of February 10th of 2023. Both dockets are complete. We don't have any bond forfeitures. And so therefore, County Court at Law number 2 will no longer be in session. And we ask everyone to please have a blessed weekend. Again, County Court at Law number 3 is no longer in session. Judge Terrence Holmes preside. And